Another huge financial services firm calls for record gold by the end of 2023. $2,100 gold. It feels like lately we've been fighting to stay between $1,900 and $2,000 gold. But we're hearing this from all the big financial firms. JP Morgan Chase was out just a few weeks ago telling us that we could get record gold in 2024, but certainly higher prices before the end of this year. Bank of America has had very positive things to say about the silver price, about the gold price. Even respected analyst Gareth Soloway is calling for record gold by the end of the year. But who's the most recent massive financial services firm to say that we could have record gold, and you know what that would do for the silver price by the end of 2023. But what I find even more interesting, I'll be honest with you, when I read their reasoning, and I want your opinion on this, it made my head spin. I had to read it a full 3 times. I want to know if this makes sense to you and if you think I have this right regarding what they're actually saying. But first, I want to tell you thank you for joining me here in the basement. You are the most important part. You're one individual somewhere in the world right now. You made the choice to give me your time to join us here in the basement. So thank you very much. If you enjoy my content, I'll put out something new every single day. So please subscribe. And if you press that thumbs up button, it helps get the good news about gold, silver, and platinum out to more people. So we get an article here from Kitco regarding TD Ameritrade. TD Securities, I'm sorry, maybe they don't go by TD Ameritrade anymore. Nonetheless, they see gold prices driving to $2,100 by the end of 2023. Now help me understand if I get this right. They say persistent inflation and robust economic activity support the Fed's aggressive monetary policies as of late. And that's been a big headwind for the gold price and the silver price. But in their latest report, Bark Mellick, head of commodity strategy at TD Securities, said he looks for the gold price to push to $2,100. What do we think that'll do for silver? An ounce, representing a new all-time high by the end of the year. This is where it gets interesting. He said the cyclicity and mean reverting nature of economic data surprises, put your thinking cap on here, guys, along with the Fed's restrictive rate policies, should work in tandem to precipitate a downdrift in U.S. economic surprise indexes. He said in the report, quote, if the Fed funds future reaction remains constant, dropping on negative data surprises as it rose in response to positive surprises, the resulting lower yield along the forward curve should see gold rally. Is your head spinning yet? But I think I've got it figured out what he's saying, and it actually makes sense. He also noted that he doesn't expect it will take much to shift the hawkish Fed bias, as the incoming economic data just has to disappoint relative to market expectations. So what this man said was basically everybody has very high expectations right now. And basically when the market is doing well, when economic data like we've had recently has been surprising to the upside, what happens is the market then tends to even raise their expectations higher. When times are good, they keep raising their expectations. And as things start to get a little more difficult in the coming months, maybe the coming quarter, that will be a bigger surprise to the market. And as a result, we'll see interest rates drop. And at that point, the price of gold, the price of silver will skyrocket. Again, he's calling for record gold. That's record $2,100 gold by the end of the year. And it's, they use a lot of technical mumbo jumbo, I guess, so that's they can convince you that they're smarter than you and I. But basically, what this analyst said, again, is that right now everybody is expecting even better and better and better economic data. And we know that's not coming. We know, we've talked about this, right? There's a freight train coming down the rails of all, commercial real estate issues, banking issues, all the lag effects of the Fed's previous interest rate hikes. It takes 6, 12, 18 months for the effects of a Fed interest rate hike to be felt in the economy. And as that all starts to bleed through, as we see employment numbers dropping, as we see economic activity numbers continue to drop. Hey, a lot of you believe we're already in a recession. I guess it depends on how you define a recession, how you define what's going on right now. But nonetheless, as that all starts to happen here, that's going to be a big surprise to the market. And what's the Fed going to do at that point, right? They have one of two choices. Either they let everything crash, or they turn on the old printing press, right? Or press the keyboard and create more money to deal with the situation. To compound matters, we've got a Treasury Department that is trying to borrow trillions of dollars, right? That's going to push down the value of the dollar also as we move into these coming months, quarters, and years. There's so much screwiness going on right now in the system. The fact of the matter is they've convoluted and manipulated the free market system to the point now where it's very fragile, okay? It's very sensitive as well. And as we start to get some real numbers coming through, right? In the end, the market forces will prevail. In the end, Mother Nature always wins. And people are going to realize things aren't so rosy here in the United States. And that's going to cause, look, the metals will do very well. I don't typically dive in and agree with, this fancy language and in-depth analytical reporting that we're getting. However, it does feel to me like we will see that record high in gold by the end of the year. And my prediction, once we get above $2,100 per ounce in the gold price, and again, what that'll do for silver, but once we get into record new territory, based on dollars, nominal, however you want to call it, we're going to move from 21 to 2,600 very, very quickly. Look, you know what that'll mean. The blindfold comes off the old bear here at $2,500 gold, and from there we'll reassess the situation and see what we see heading at us down the road. The other thing we haven't even mentioned, the wild card, the X factor in all this, is the BRICS situation. That's happening toward the end of August. That could also play a huge role in getting us to this record gold level that, again, we've got TD Securities, we've got JP Morgan Chase, we got Gareth Soloway, and you know what? We got Ron's Basement saying that's my prediction, that's my forecast as well. I'm wrong all the time. Don't make any financial decisions based upon what I'm sharing with you. Do come back to the basement. I'll look forward to seeing you again soon.